Hey, welcome to this video. In this video, I'd like to talk about how to create a video, or that is how to create a screencast in a format if you have two monitors, and that might be a monitor already built into a laptop and then an external monitor that's connected or something like that. To create a screencast. Now, in this sort of setup, you can avoid some of the picture-in-picture issue that you may have seen in an earlier video in this series. So generally speaking, the pattern here is going to be the same. I've got something, on the left, you're seeing, so within the video that you're watching, on the left, you're seeing what's on one of my monitors, and on the right, you're seeing what's on the other of my monitors. So in the monitor on the right, that's where I've got the presentation loaded. So these are slides that are done in PowerPoint, but you might have slides done using something else, or you might just want to talk through a web page, a graph or a chart or whatever, and that's fine. But I've got my presentation, my sample presentation ready to go on the screen on the right. So that I'm thinking of the screen on the right as that's what people are going to see. That's the let's say that's the what the yeah, that's for the audience. Whereas the screen so in the left half of the video, you're seeing my other screen, and let's call that my production studio. That's the tech booth where I kind of control some things. And so the thing we're going to need to do here is if we're creating a video that's going to have two components. There's an audio component and a visual component. I better add in an audio device here. So I audio input capture. I'm going to use this USB headset as I've done before, and say I'm going to again just set the volume so that sort of my average of the speaking, at least visually, most of what I'm saying is somewhere in the yellow. That's kind of the sweet spot. You don't want this to be too low in your because if you don't catch too much, like here, this is probably not good. It's going to require people when they watch your video to really turn up their volume all the way, and then maybe some notification they get for email is going to startle them or something like that. So you just, the sweet spot is right around here. And then we do need to add, so that's the audio component, and then we're going to need to add one more component here, and that is, again, I'm going to do a display capture. So if you know that all you're going to capture is all within one window entirely, you could certainly do that. But I'm going to do display capture here because in PowerPoint, for instance, when you hit present, that's going to open a new window, and that window won't be one I can currently select with the window capture. So I'm going to go ahead and do a display capture. Yeah, I'll click that. Yeah, you can name the display capture if you want, but I won't bother with that, and just select which screen of the two, and the screen I want, yeah, that's the one that I want to have selected. So I know this looks a little strange, but what I want you to see is that, again, like in my own physical setup here, I have two separate monitors, and the monitor on the right, which is simulated by the right half of the video you're seeing, is a screen that eventually the audience is going to see. In fact, I'm already going to hit the presenter mode on that screen. It's going to just take a moment because I'm on an old laptop here, if it will do its thing. There we go. And so the one other thing I want to do is just double check. Yeah, like I want to just make sure before I even hit record that the size of this is correct. Like I want this the contents of that monitor on the right to fill as much of the video as it possibly could, and that looks right. So I think this is everything it should look like. I've got the contents of the other monitor, the monitor over here on the right, as the entirety of the eventual video we're going to make. So I can now say in OBS, I'd like to, yes, start recording. So I'll hit this button. Hey everyone, welcome to this video where we go through the sample slideshow. So here's the title screen of the sample slideshow. Again, I'm using this software called OBS, which stands for Open Broadcaster Software. It is free software that's available for Windows and for Mac. I clicked over on the screen on my right so that when I press the right arrow on my keyboard, here's slide 1. I can talk through it. You are awesome, I'm awesome, therefore we are awesome. Here's slide 2, and here's slide 3. And that is the end of my presentation. So now I can come over here where OBS is and click the button to stop the recording. That at this point has now put a new video file on my computer without any of that picture-in-picture thing that you would have to deal with if you had a single monitor, I suppose. So, that's pretty good. And I should say at this point, now that there's a video on your computer, you can do all the usual things. You might take that video, and for some reason, you might decide you need to edit something, chop something out, whether at the beginning or at the end, or both, or perhaps even somewhere in the middle. And you can do all those things using some external video editing software if you'd like, or if you're just ready to go with that video after watching it, you might just upload it somewhere like YouTube. Okay, thank you for watching this video.